All right, we are back at Chelsea Table and Stage.
And we got here in one of Cadillac's lyric vehicles, Tri-State Cadillac. They hooked us up. They're sponsoring our 7th live show with your favorite reality stars.
Oh, it is so much fun. Our lineup is so chic, so stylish, kind of like a Cadillac lyric. So thank you so much, Tri-State Cadillac. And now, let's go have some fun with y'all.
Hey, welcome to BRT.
Hi, thank you. I'm so excited to spill the tea.
And now, please welcome to the stage your fabulous hosts, Evan Reel and Danny Murphy.
Hi, guys.
Hello! Happy holidays.
Yes, happy holidays.
Oh my God.
Thank you for coming out tonight.
I know. Did everyone have fun with their families this past week? No? That's why we're here. It's why we're here. But we are so excited for this show.
Yes, it's our 7th live show, so we got together 7 iconic reality TV stars.
And like all the other shows, it's presented by Tri-State Cadillac. The ladies and gentlemen on our show arrived in style. It was very chic.
Yes, they did.
I know. And we have, I love, you're going to be able to watch everybody. I love watching everyone mingle backstage and just kind of like, all of our favorite shows, it's insane.
It was a little crazy seeing Kelly pal around with the new RHONY girls.
The new RHONY girls.
Yes, so
Jennifer
much fun.
Aydin hanging out, and the Love Is Blind boys on the scene. Like it is, oh, they're wooing in the back. It's a fun mix. So I mean, I'm tired of us already.
I know. I feel like we should just kick things off with the one and only
Kelly Bensimon. She's here,
Oh my
we
God,
swear.
there she is. Look
Yeah.
at her. Yes,
Oh.
give it up for Kelly, guys.
Yes. Oh my God. You look so good. The
Wow.
Chanel's on stage.
I know. I don't
she's-
usually carry a bag. I'm one of those girls.
Wait,
Look
you
at
don't
this
usually
smoke
carry a
show.
bag?
No, you know what's so funny too, and it's such a move. But to say that you don't carry a bag means that you either have a car, or you put it in you're not putting it in your pocket. It's like you have a car. Like, my bag is in my car.
I also love, you're like, I don't usually carry a bag, but when I do, it's a Chanel.
Okay. All right. So here you go.
She's
Here's
beautiful.
another housewife right here.
I'm obsessed. You were with Luann last night.
I
At a
was.
Knicks game. Yes, tell us about
was.
that.
She got an invite.
Exactly. So people were like, she wanted to go to the Rangers. I'm like, no, this is like a double header. Like she's now at the Knick game on the floor. She was loving it. She was talking to everybody, all like the castmates from Yellowstone. She was like asking this one guy, she's like, you're good looking. And she's like, what's your name? I'm like, don't lean over me like to meet some guy. I was like, what is going on? Sorry, I have my back to you guys. I don't like to do that. There you go. All right. So she was amazing and just, she's living her best life.
She is.
I saw her on her, her cabaret show, and she literally is like, you know, when you see those people and they're like, hello, that's what she is. I'm like, well, we have these now, but like she'd be like, literally goes all over the stage, everywhere, talks to everybody. She's so engaging, and she's super entertaining.
Well, and I love too, she's entertaining on stage, but also just next to the cast of Yellowstone, that she's like, oh, they're on a team, I'm gonna flirt with them. Like, she is really, like, her game is amazing.
Oh yeah, and then she's like, let's play a game. Marry, F, kill. I'm like, no. We are watching the game.
I love that she's doing that at the Knicks. That's her tour.
Oh, I know.
I love that she's performing her tour at the
And
Knicks
then she's
game.
like, which guy do you like? I'm like, all of them?
Oh.
They're hot.
They are hot.
Oh my God, their legs.
Did we exchange any numbers?
I mean, you can't really do that. Be like, hi, sorry, mid.
I feel like you could get
mid-catch.
away with that though. And you're in your dating era. You just opened up about that
I'm
on
in my
Kelly has a new podcast,
dating
by the way.
area.
I do part 2.
Thank you.
She's opening up about her love life after
My entire life.
Your entire life, yeah.
Yes, it was super, super, super emotional. I just was like, this is actually interesting. One of the producers from Ultimate Girls Trip.
Yes. Shout out to Chris DeRosa.
So much fun with Chris. And when I was on the show, they were like, well, it would have been nice if you told us you were getting engaged. I'm like, I didn't know. He took me to like my hometown. I was like, I wasn't expecting him to, get engaged in my hometown. And then I called off the wedding 4 days before. Oops.
But that's a better time to do it than like 2 days after.
True story.
You saved all
like,
the paperwork.
I was like, I was like looking at the dresses and I was like, these are pretty dresses and they're really, really, but they're great for a red carpet. And that was what was going through my head. I was like, I cannot go through this. I cannot go through with this.
Through the going through your head, like, so it was like the 4 days before you were kind of just having that moment to yourself, like, this is not, I will regret going down the aisle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had gone to Jamaica with my kids to Sandals and we were having so much fun. And I just was like, I just can't do this. This is not this is not right. And, you know, he's better for it, and I'm better for it. And then one of the producers from iHeartRadio called me, and they were like, we want to talk to you. We want to hear your real story. And I was like, wait, my real story? Like my personal inner story? Which is very interesting. And I mean, I hope you guys check it out and let me know what your thoughts are, but I was literally crying the whole time. And I realized, you know how you're like, am I a pretty crier or am I an ugly crier? I'm neither. I'm just one of those, like, where my face is like, I'm like the awkward crier. I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on?
You're a cute crier.
Yes.
How did your fiance react when you said, I can't do this?
Not well.
Yeah.
Okay, But was it a sit-down conversation type of thing?
It was across
Oh.
a marble island.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wait, that's very Nicole Kidman. You know what I
is
mean?
very
That's
Nicole
very,
Kidman,
yeah.
yes.
Like, I was like this. And he was like,
Oh, okay.
I'm totally joking. I'm totally joking.
But when you were
No,
kind
but
of,
he's better for it, and
Yeah.
I hope that he's well and happy and, you know,
Yes.
thriving.
And it seems like you are thriving after it, and you are kind of, because the podcast, you're in the dating sphere. Have you been dipping how is the dipping the toe back into dating then?
Very awkward. At first, I was like, everyone's looking at me, and they're like going to be like, you know, there's like the woman scorned, but then they're going to be like, oh, she like is the woman that like is the runaway. That's you can't like catch her.
You are famous for running in the streets of Manhattan.
Yeah.
I'm a great runner.
You are a great runner.
It's kind of your thing.
Yes. So I was just like, people are going to, you know, guys are just going to be like, oh, she doesn't really want to date. She's not serious. And I am serious. But I think something that people don't know is I raised my 2 girls on my own. And so I've always been super, super protective of them and our family unit. And so whoever is going to be in this next chapter of my life, he better be like major.
And do you want to get married again?
I do want to get married again, yes. I mean, it's not like I want to get married. It's not like I'm like, oh my God, I want to get married. It's like I have always wanted to have a family for my family. So it's just a different kind of like mindset.
But then that makes it more important because you want the person who checks all the boxes with the kids and everything like that too. So there's levels, yeah.
Yes.
And it is funny because Dorinda did our show in May.
Oh, she did.
And when we asked her favorite place to pick up guys, she told us it was a funeral home on the Upper East Side. I don't know if anyone has went to try that out. I mean, it seems like
The way she explained it, it did make sense.
What, do you have a space for that? Like, where would Kelly's place be to pick up a guy? Is it
I mean, I think the best place is to go to a gym or like, you know, at the Ranger game, the Knick game, places where guys go. And like, furthermore, like the problem with dating in New York City or actually any city is that we have phones. So everybody's like on their phones, like looking, scrolling, emailing, texting, or like they're on like a dating app, which are like literally, it's like land of lost toys. It's like, do not go on a dating app. Like they're awful.
Have you tried?
Yes, and I'm like, who are these people? And I'm like, oh my God, he's from Stad? That's not close. What is he gonna do? Come over? Let's go on a date, what, like in 2 months? No, let me get a ticket? No, that's not like, no.
And do people recognize you from Housewives? Is that
At first, I mean, a
enticing?
lot of people thought that I was like catfishing. They're like, what is she doing on this? Oh my God, you guys want some total tea?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay, so I was in the Hamptons this summer with my kids because I was like, okay, we're gonna like hang out in the Hamptons and we're gonna just like rent a house and I'm gonna learn to play polo and I'm gonna like take myself to this new level. And so my oldest daughter, who was working from home, she goes, Mom, she goes, let's go on Raya. And I was like, together? She's like, no, Mom. She's like, we're gonna go on Raya. So I'm like, okay, so we'll go on Raya. So she's like, here are your photos. This is what you're doing. This is what you're saying. And I'm always like, I love those who love me. She's like, no. She's like, that is not it. That's not the vibe. So I was like, fine. So she's like, okay, at night, just like scroll down and just like look and just whatever. So I'm like, okay, looking, and I see this one guy, and I was like, oh, he's kind of cute from California. I was like, wow, what is he doing here? So I'm like, la, 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 la. And he's like, let's talk. And it's like 12 o'clock at night. And I am a very early riser, but I'm the kind of person that like, I could be on my phone until like 1 o'clock in the morning and like not even feel it. So I'm like, oh, it's 12 o'clock. I'm like, oh, I'm just texting this random person. I'm like, what am I doing? Who is this person? So like, I just like starting to text him. He's like, let's meet, let's do all this stuff. I'm like, I have kids, he's got kids. And so I'm outside of Bill Bouquet, and he goes, Kelly? And I was like, yes. And he's like, it's Tom. And I'm like, oh, hi, whatever. And so I'm with my daughter and my friend, and my daughter's like, Mom, come on, let's go. There, she's like, who is this person? Like, I don't even know. I'm like, hello, I'm on Raya, like.
I'm playing this, Mommy's working.
Yeah, mommy's working. And so cut to, I am like texting this guy, and then I go to the Hamptons right after Labor Day. He's like, let's get together. And I'm like, I can't. And he texts me, he's like, I want to meet you. It's the day after Labor Day. We have to meet. Let's meet in Bridgehampton. So if anyone's been to the Hamptons, they know that the to talk on the phone or text anyone is absolutely hideous.
Impossible.
And so there's like zero cell service. So you're like, hi, and then it's like, oh, crickets, it's gone, they're gone. So he like calls me, and he's like, let's meet. And so I'm like, oh, you missed me. I'm already in Southampton, and I have to work in New York tomorrow. And so 2 days later, my friend sends me something from Page 6.
Oh my God. What was the headline?
It says, Bethany Frankel is dating this guy.
No!
Wait, what was your reaction?
I was like, wait, what?
Not him going through the RHONY ABCs.
I'm like, again? Like, will I ever like rise above?
Oh my God!
Ever?
Because you and Bethany also are going to the same like chicken salad or whatever in the Hamptons
I'm like,
and everything too. You guys have been in the
let
same
my
school
wings
thing.
fly free.
Oh,
Do you feel like he was maybe better suited for Beth? Were you like, I'm glad you don't have him?
No, it was funny. And then he called me. He's like, I just want to let you know, I'm really, really sorry. And I was like, fine. Like, I don't know you. Like, you just like texting and calling me and trying to harass me in front of my daughters, in front of Bill Bouquet.
Yes. Oh my God. Wait, did you have any but that was the last time you talked to him about this?
I mean, we're not going to like talk. Like, oh, by the way,
I kind of want you to call him now.
No, I'm not going to call him now.
Were you tempted to reach out to Bethany? Or were you like, girl, like this dude's a player?
No, I mean, it's like, I don't like, whatever. I just thought it was so funny. I was like, this guy is like texting her, whatever, and then texting me at the same time. Hello, what does that mean?
You should have been like, I'm up here.
And you're not. And we're not friends.
Okay, that is a funny thing. I feel like it's hard because you go to the Hamptons all the time, and that is very much a RHONY hotspot. It's hard to avoid the overlapping and everything like that.
Yes.
Is that kind of the most recent, besides seeing Lou all the time, the most recent RHONY run-in that you've had happen out there?
Except for today, I saw like 3 RHONY.
Oh, yes. Okay, first impressions of Jessel, Raquel, and Rebecca, who are all in the house tonight.
So, hi guys, wherever you are.
Hi.
So Rebecca and I know each other since 2005. When I was at L Accessories, Rebecca had just started her handbag line, and I went to go see her. And so we've known each other for a long time. Rebecca, we just met tonight. She's got fire purple eyeshadow on. She looks gorgeous. And I love a tall girl. And then Jessel, with an L, is smoking hot in her hot shorts. And they're all just so nice.
They're so nice.
And
They're
so friendly.
And
Yes.
also, it's a thing, like, RHONY ladies, older, know how to come in fashion, too. You all are killing it, yes.
I mean, I did not know what was going on
Wait,
tonight.
wait.
I'm in jeans.
Can you, Kelly is so sweet to us. She's like, I'll do anything you guys ever want to ask. Can you let everybody know what you did an hour and a half before coming?
Oh, yeah, I went to get Morpheus 8. Does anyone know?
She got a bunch of lasers in her face.
I know.
before
They
coming.
like literally go, "Chugum."
She's like, this is being filmed?
Yeah, and then the guy comes out with the camera, and I was like, what is happening right now? I was like, okay, it's fine. I'll just look a little fresh.
Wait, okay, so besides the man who then dated Bethany, for 2025,
Yeah.
is there a man you want to call out into the universe for you to have? So like, is there a type you want? Do you want to shoot your shot with anybody? Or what are you hoping for in 2025 with a guy?
I am just looking for. I want like that superhero man. I really do. And I know that sounds like really like, oh my God, Kelly, seriously again. Like I do. I want the real man. I want someone that's really educated, that's really interesting, doing different things. I always said I would never date an athlete. I'm open to an athlete.
Ooh.
I always said I wouldn't date an actor. I'm open to an actor.
Okay.
I'm open to any, really like.
Because you were courtside with a bunch of actors last night,
Yeah.
so those are now all on your list.
I know, and comedians too.
Comedians too. Okay.
I know.
Okay.
So I'm
I feel
open.
like someone caught your eye there that you are now open around.
Yeah, you're like blushing.
And you're blushing, and I know it's not the lasers. I know it's not the lasers making you red right now.
I'm just open to a lot of new things that I wasn't open to before. And I think that one thing that's really great about a podcast, so anyone who listens to podcasts or has been on a podcast or wants to start a podcast, do all of that because it is just so incredibly cathartic to say something. When you say it, it's out there. When you think it, it's not. And so it's just really great to like say like, here are the things that I want. Here's what I don't want. Here's what I loved about my past. Here's what I will never put up with again. It's just been very cathartic, and I'm just like very proud of who I am right now.
Yeah,
manifesting.
it's a great manifestation tool also.
Don't you guys are gonna make me cry because I'm like it's been very.
Wait,
very
can you
emotional.
cry after you have lasers or no?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, guys, please.
Oh wait, I
come
don't
on.
think so because
Yeah.
maybe there's like salt or something. So
Don't make Kelly go back tomorrow. No. Well, are you ready for some fan Q&As?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
If
so
anyone has a question for Kelly, let
Yes,
us know.
Let us know.
A
There's gonna be
microphone will find
going
its
all
way to
around.
you.
Anyone? Jamie, don't ask me a question.
Uh,
She's like, what's your favorite car?
I mean, before we get in, I want to know a question for myself too. I'm just wondering, who is there, because you're getting into the podcast space, who's someone that you would love to interview? You know what I mean? That you're like, would you want to interview anyone that you did RHONY with, or you want to interview someone that you like would want to, like, would you go on a date on your podcast also? That'd be kind of
100%.
obsessed. I'd be obsessed with that.
That would be good.
Wait, I love that.
You know what I mean? I'm just like connecting dots here. I would love to
Oh my
watch that.
God, like dating virtually. Hi, how are you? And he could be like, good. I'd be like, yeah.
Oh,
That sounds like a
it's just
hot
kinda fine,
date.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
You're like, don't say
I'm
that.
into
Don't
it.
say that. Everyone's here is like, no, do not say that. Where?
Oh, that's my husband.
Oh.
Have you ran into Ramona in the real estate world, and has there been any competition between you two?
Oh, good question. Loaded. I have not run into Ramona in the real estate world. I work in 4 states and she works in 1.
Oh,
So you're running around those lines.
is she still rocking in the real estate world? I feel like I haven't heard about Ramona in the real estate world in
I
a
just
minute.
like
Actually,
dropping the mic. What's that?
Is she still doing real estate? Do we know?
I mean, once you're licensed, you're licensed. That's another thing too, is get licensed. People in the real estate industry are like, don't tell people to get licensed. I say to get licensed because if you are licensed, you have more of an impetus to help other people to sell the property so that you can make money. So people, you can't take money from anyone if you're not licensed. So everyone in this room, you should get your license so that you can help me sell your house.
We're all going tonight.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can all work for you.
It's only 75 hours, it's fine.
Wait, and also, that kind of just reminded me, did it make you sad seeing Sonia's townhouse get auctioned? Because it made me sad.
I did, I drove by it.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
it's history.
And actually, one of my friends was looking at it to buy. So, it's just like, it's such a beautiful house. It's so fun. I mean, that's where she showed me her vagina. So,
It's a special
I
place.
just have so many memories.
I kind of love that. Well, we are so glad that you stopped to talk to us.
I love
To
you
go to memory
guys.
lane. We love you so
We
much.
love you too,
Give it
Kel.
up for
Thank you.
Kelly.
Yeah, give it up for Kelly.
Don't touch the morphine.
I know, I didn't. I made sure not to kiss your cheek
Yeah, I
because of
know.
the morphine or the whatever.
Where would you like me to
Morpheus
put,
8.
put that right down here.
Thanks, guys.
Oh,
Yeah, thanks,
give it up one
Kel.
more time for
Give
Kelly.
it up, guys.
Okay, we're doing some seating changes. Oh my God, I know that. Kelly the jogging is so iconic.
It really is. I know that was a very iconic Housewives moment. I feel like between that and the I'm up here, you're down here. Like Kelly, she really did bring a lot of TV gold to the franchise.
She brought us TV gold to the franchise, but some other guys we have here brought us so much TV gold this year.
I know.
Love Is Blind takes over my life every time it comes out.
I know. And season 7 certainly took over. I feel like it
Yes.
took over the whole world's lives. And these two fellas who are about
Oh.
to come up on this stage, I mean...
And I want to bring them up because then we can talk about their outfits. Can we start clapping for Nick and Leo from Love is Blind? What's up, boys?
Hi, guys. Hello.
The best dressed in the room, always.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
what I love is Nick saw Evan and was like, oh, I should go down a few buttons. So that is why you guys are really pussycat dolling it right here.
I sprayed
Undid
them.
one button.
Oh my God. Okay. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
I feel we just got to know, you both, the show came out just a few months ago, and I feel it is life-changing energy. How are you, Leo, I want you to start. How has it been kind of processing all of this?
Man, it's been a lot to process.
Okay.
It was a little tough at first, but I think after the reunion, the internet doesn't hate me quite as much, so it's a little bit better.
Yes, clap for that, guys. The internet doesn't
right.
hate Leo quite as
Yeah.
much, yeah.
Nick, does the internet not hate you quite as much after the reunion? Or
Or
does it hate you a little bit more?
It's 80-20.
Okay.
In support of me.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good. Those are good numbers.
Cool. I feel like we saw a different side of Hannah during the reunion. Was that validating for you? Because I loved how she was like, yeah, I can be a bitch. And then Marissa was like, and you've been a bitch to me. Like, I don't know. I feel like we saw a different side of her that we didn't see in season.
It's funny you say that because it was the same Hannah. If she would, like, you know, the whole time she's throwing shade, you know, kind of trying to get at me, but for what? You know, Leo and I were just talking about this earlier. All she had to do for the reunion was just sit down and say, hey, I've improved myself, I've worked on myself, and my time with Nick was great. And the whole world would have, you know, praised her. Instead, she tried to come at me, I think, for something that happened, or the series of events that happened on the show. But one thing I'm going to do is be a gentleman. That's the way I was raised, and I'm not the type to kind of feed back into that.
And Leo, you have a little tricky situation going on because you are such a friendly boy. And you're friends with both Nick and Hannah, it seems. How is juggling that? And also, does Hannah have it when she talks to you about the reunion? Does she have any remorse of like, oh, I should have done it differently? Or is she like,
Is she
I said
proud?
what I said, yes.
She stands on business.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and good for her.
And is the business, does she care that you're mixing business with your pleasure of hanging out with Nick a little bit?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I think I have individual friendships with each of them.
Nick, are you buying that?
We know who Leo likes more.
Okay. Yes. Well, Leo, your journey with Brittany was a little different because when it came to reunion time, y'all didn't hate each other as much. In fact, y'all were really vibing with one another. We learned that you had a fun time in Miami. Well, I feel like we didn't hear enough about Miami.
Yeah.
Can you give us a rundown of the itinerary and how you ultimately figured out that y'all weren't meant to be? Because at the reunion, it felt like y'all kind of were meant to be.
You think so?
Yes,
Yeah.
I felt the energy.
I mean, I did too. Okay.
Okay.
I knew you were gonna ask about Miami. I mean,
yes,
Yes.
obviously.
So I think that a lot of it's kind of underwhelming. But I'll say this about Miami because I've seen a lot of people saying Brittany just wanted a free trip because Leo has money. She just wanted a free trip to Miami. I've seen that in the comments. If that's what she wanted, she didn't get it because no. Like I mean that to say that we both really wanted to go to Miami
okay.
together
Yeah.
and we split many things fairly. And what we did is we had a really good time. We stayed in a hotel. We hung on the beach all day, and then we just realized that there's a huge difference between getting engaged on the show and getting married. And we had a lot of long conversations about it, and we just realized that we were better as friends. And we're super good friends. We talk, as I said in the reunion, we talk all the time.
Was there a moment in Miami where the two of you were like, should we try this? Like, you know what I mean? Because Miami's a very, it's a romantic, fun going out spot.
Yeah, well, that's why we went to Miami.
Okay.
We went
You're like,
to
if we can make it here, yeah.
Well, because we didn't get chosen to go to Mexico, so we were super bummed. So we figured we're gonna try and, the next part of the experiment is to do a trip together. So we figured, okay, there won't be cameras, but if we're trying to keep it authentic, we should do our own thing. And so that's what we did. That's why we went to Miami. So we tried to recreate that for ourselves.
Yeah, Nick, what do you think of Brittany and Leo? Do you feel like they maybe missed out on their chance at true love?
Super cute.
They're cute, right?
I think one thing I realized on the show was, the first thing in a relationship is you got to find your best friend, and they're best friends.
Right.
True.
And I think you posted an Instagram last week of you playing guitar because it seems to be more in line with her current type.
That's like Britney's thing.
Yeah,
She
that
loves
is
a rock
Britney's
star.
thing. So was that inspired by, some recent headlines? We've been seeing Britney mixing and mingling with a certain Canadian pop star's ex. Like, what's
Is
happening?
he Canadian? I think he's from Minnesota.
Avril Lavigne is Canadian. And they used to date. You know what I mean?
We don't know if
okay.
Modson is
I don't know where
Canadian or
Modson is
not.
from.
Yeah,
If-
that's who
yeah.
we're
I think
talking
He's from
about.
Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. Okay.
Minnesota and
Sorta,
Modson.
it's like sort of Canada.
Sort of Canada.
Canada
yeah,
like.
they sound Canadian. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that kind of just taking over? 'Cause
I'm
it's-
happy for her.
Happy? Okay.
Yeah, I think she's happy, and I don't know him, but he seems like a really nice guy.
After seeing,
Yeah, really nice guy.
Yeah,
does it?
I've heard a lot about him. He seems like actually a really good guy.
Okay, so you could, because that's the
We talk about our dating lives all the time.
So, so she's like sending you updates, like me and Mod did this
yeah.
today. Me and Mod did that.
Yeah,
she's
for
sending you
sure.
like Mod son selfies.
Wait, is it Mod or Mod Son? Like when she's like a me and Mod, like is it that?
Me and Maud.
Me-
Mod?
Yeah, Maud.
That is kind of a grandma name when you say it out like that, but I'm happy for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mod?
yeah.
Did he find her through the like? Is he a Love Is Blind fan?
I believe so.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
And this was the boy she was kind of blushing about at the reunion?
It was the makeup. It wasn't blushing.
No, when she was talking, she was like, she met a guy and she was very much being like,
And she was like, "That's all I'm gonna say."
Was that him, Leo?
it made me think it was someone more known because she was like, that's all you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
get from me.
I think they met after the reunion.
Oh, okay.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay, maybe Vanessa Lachey connected them. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly.
She's always doing something.
Yeah.
Wait, but you know what kind of, because some people disconnect after the reunion. And I was kind of shocked, and I mentioned this to you in the back, that Hannah and Marissa are no longer friends. After she rode for her so hard at the reunion, did that shock you guys? Because I kind of was like, I thought they were best friends forever.
I mean, it didn't shock me.
Okay.
I think Hannah has a lot of things to work on, as do Leo and I, right? No one's perfect. But it did surprise me that Marissa and her weren't friends, Katie and her weren't friends. At times her parents and her brother had hard times. So, I think she needs to do a little bit of self-reflecting. But like I said, none of us are perfect. We all have our red flags, all things we have to work on. I think she'll find the right person someday, maybe.
What do we think of Hannah's glow up? Because that when she came out at the reunion, like, say what you want about her, she looked amazing. She looked so good, and she seemed really. I think she seemed, although she admitted to being a bitch to everyone, she seemed happier, at least about the way she looked.
I don't think she was happier, but one thing I can say is she does look great. She
Yeah.
looks fantastic for sure. But the thing is, like, I know her, right? I've seen all of her. I've gotten that. I've been there, done that. And so the thing with Hannah is, just because you look attractive, that's part of it. The other part is your personality, and I know who she is, and she has things to work on. But she's gonna find someone someday, for sure. She's still young. We were actually the youngest on the cast. I was 28 at the time. She was 26. So we were actually the youngest. So, age is just a number. Everybody has a lot of stuff they have to figure out. And she'll find someone someday.
Have you been trying to figure out anything in a dating pool right now? Because you both are single from what we know. How has it been dating after the show? Are we slipping and sliding into DMs? Are we having mute cutes? What's happening? It's literally, yeah, Leo goes first.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty boring. I haven't really gone on a lot of dates.
Why?
Let's unpack that.
What?
Do we take your insurance? Why is that?
What?
There's no copay for this therapy session. Why aren't you going on dates?
I don't know. I think I just needed some time to myself after everything's blown over. And I don't know. To be honest, the Instagram DM thing is kind of strange. I haven't been really fielding anything.
And also, I guess if you just like sleep next to your Rolex at night, it keeps you warm. You're like,
Wait,
that's all I need.
No,
That's all I
God,
need.
no, stop with that. Stop.
I was
with that.
so excited to possibly see the Rolex tonight, but
I don't think I can ever wear that thing again.
but the watch is beautiful,
watch is
even though
thank
it's
you.
not the Rolex. Yeah, I wanted to meet him. Yeah.
You should have told me. You have my number. You should have texted me.
So I hate to spoil it. I actually have the Rolex. It's on a 2-month lease from Leo.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got it.
So I'll give it back. I think I have 3 more weeks.
I thought it was 1 week.
Well, it's 3 weeks. I extended.
Did you extend it because you're going on a lot of dates with some ladies that you want to have a Rolex for?
No, I
No?
think the thing with love that I figured out is, I've been asked a lot, is love blind? And I've done a lot of reflecting on that question. I think it's blind in the fact that, you never know when you're going to find love. When you go looking for it, searching for it, it's hard to find. But then when you least expect it, it'll come and bite you in the butt.
God bless.
So all I can say is single.
Okay. Is the prospect of dating famous fun now? Because like now that you guys have more followers, you're more known. That's enticing.
Like
to
Avril
people.
Lavigne is single.
Yeah, true.
That would be a fun.
That would be spicy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that fun for y'all, or is that like does that make it harder?
I think it makes it a little bit harder, to be honest with you, because there's so much temptation. But you got to be solid in who you are and what you want in life, right? Like my priorities, obviously I want to find a wife. Obviously I want to see someone, but you can't force it, right? So you just got to let it come to you. And I like meeting people organically, naturally. So I'm not the one to slide in too many DMs. I have slid in maybe one or two. I'm not going to lie.
Who's?
No comment. No comment.
Come on.
Yeah.
That just makes me think they didn't answer. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Danny.
That's the energy
He's
I got.
good. He's good.
That's the vibe I got.
He's a professional.
Would y'all date a fan?
Fan of the show?
Yeah, like say someone slides into your DM, they catch your attention, you're like, okay, let's meet up, and they're like,
And they
wait.
come in on a duck.
Yeah, they come in on a duck, and they're like, wait, did you really call her a grenade? Is that a red flag when she's like asking questions about the show?
Whoever comes in on a duck, I'm ready for it.
Okay.
Just real.
But speaking of the grenade comment, I feel like there was so much litigation about that at the reunion, and I feel like some fans felt like they didn't get a clear answer because everyone was telling a different story. Is there something you can clarify about that situation once and for all?
For sure. I never called her a grenade. I said I was underwhelmed, by her looks, but all the guys were. Like, all the guys when we were together, before we seen her, before we seen our person, we were all on the bus heading to Mexico saying the same thing, but
About Hannah?
No, not about Hannah, but
about everyone?
about everyone. Every guy's woman.
Love isn't blind, y'all.
Yeah, but all I can say about that is a lot got thrown out of context. I never called her a grenade, and my thing was like, I'm not the type to do it on camera in front of everybody. I was confiding in one of my friends, and so that was off camera. That was between us, and he decided to have pillow talk with his person, and that's how she found out. But I never called her a grenade.
I also thought it was interesting that it was Steven driving it home so much when I'm like, we're going after your DMs right now. Like, do you think he was doing it to kind of distract from himself, or he just seems to love mess?
He wanted to be on the women's side.
Okay.
And I never talked to Steven once in Mexico. Just to
It's
have the record
hard.
straight.
It's also hard to be on the women's side if you're DMing girls behind your fiance's back. But are you close with him now? Is anyone?
I mean, I'm cool with everybody, like the men and the women. On the show, if you're watching it, they made it seem like Leo and I weren't friends. But this is my actual blood brother.
Yeah, we're dogs.
That's why it was so funny because of course we met you during the
We were watching that
premiere.
laughing.
Yeah, and we were like, oh, who would you want to do the show with? He was like, Leo. I was like, oh, are they gonna fight here? Oh, all right, yeah, sure.
Yeah, what did we miss about the bromance and brotherhood that was going on? Like, what moments do you wish had made the cut?
Well, the first thing I'll say is all of the Hannah drama was like me and Hannah, and then there was Nick and Hannah, but it was never me versus Nick. That had nothing to really do with it. And honestly, after all of that shook down, I was like super happy for him. I mean, a lot of the times you're just in the pods or in the lounge and you're just like laughing about life. The other thing, when you don't have your phone and you don't have anything to distract you from finding love, you also don't have anything to distract you from just like getting in conversations with people. And I don't know. I wish there was actually some like footage that they could send us of just some of us hanging out.
How do you think things would have been different? Well, I mean, I guess it would have been different because you would have ended up with Hannah. But had you chosen Hannah, do you think that maybe y'all would have lasted? Would that have been a better match, Leo and Hannah? And I'm asking both of y'all, I guess.
I mean, I don't think so.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, so that's that answer. Wait, and because Hannah did tell us that there was a goal to be the most famous person from Love Is Blind.
We're happy to help.
We're happy to help with that. That's what I was gonna ask.
I think that's a noble goal.
Yes.
Like, there is nothing wrong
And
with that.
also, did someone write, I'm going on Love Is Blind to, communicate better. Here, what's happening? What is next on the plan for this takeover? Because we want it for you.
Couple things. I wrote that note 4 months before, 5 months out, before I knew I was even on the show. We went through 15 interview interviews, a long, drawn-out process. They told us we were on the show 10 days before we flew out to Hollywood. So I was treating it light, right? There was no way I thought I was going to be on it. And that's the first kind of 90-day goal I wrote. So I was just keeping it light with my boy. We were joking around about it. But I'm super grateful for that moment because the 90-day goals have been hitting, right?
Okay.
They've been hitting. In terms of my 90-day goals now, I mean, I kind of want to be sitting where you guys are.
Oh.
Okay, let's go.
I'm like, if you have the Rolex still, we could trade right now. Yes. Exactly. Oh my God. All right, but that's exciting. Leo, do you feel offense that he wanted to? Do you hope to be the second famous person from Love Is Blind?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay fading into obscurity. There's nothing wrong with that.
And let's be honest, everyone in here, even you go on the show to find love.
Yeah.
For sure, right? But let's be realistic. The chances of that happening are slim, right? You can see it in each season. So everyone who goes on the show kind of has an exterior kind of backup plan. And so if they're going to ask me to be on it, if I'm going to expose my whole life and everything to the whole world, I'm going to use this damn platform.
You better get
as you
famous.
should. Are there, for either of you, if anyone comes to mind, are there two people who didn't match on the show that you're like, oh, they would actually be perfect together? You know what I mean? Like, is there anyone that you're like, oh, I hope that they connect? Like, who could you see blossoming from this that maybe didn't get the chance to?
Other than Leo and I?
I mean,
Other than y'all two, yes.
this would be, we can officiate that wedding.
Who do you
Happily.
think?
Good tax write-off.
Damn, no one else?
Okay, here's what's tough, because there's also a lot of people, that don't get shown as much. So I'm kind of trying to rack my head through a lot of stuff. That's tough. I'm trying to put them all together in my head. But also, here's the thing. You don't know what goes on in other dates in the pods. For example, it's hard to imagine that anyone is having a connection with someone that you're also having a connection with.
That's hard.
And so
yeah.
that's what's hard to see. So it's really a tough question to answer.
What did y'all think of each other's dating tactics, especially because you were dating the same girl? Like, how would y'all rate each other?
So I would say Leo did a good job of keeping it between, to himself. A lot of the women were sharing kind of who their matches were, but the guys were doing it differently. We didn't talk too much about it. I had no idea Leo was talking to Hannah.
Same.
Until, a day or two before the proposals?
Literally, super late in the game.
Yeah, so we did a good job of just being ourselves. And one thing I can say personally is it's easier for me to just connect with someone, just to talk to someone. Yeah. Especially if there's a wall in front. I'm just meeting you, right? So I come across a little flirty. I come across having a good time, but there's a lot of depth to it.
Leo, do you wish you rapped more for people because that's your secret skill?
That I rap more for people?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a secret skill, to be honest, but I have delusions of grandeur, I guess, with it.
If you drop a mixtape in 2025, that will be.
Wait, you should do that.
Yeah, drop a mixtape in
Yeah, why not?
Maybe I'll ghostwrite for someone with a better voice than me.
Yeah, for us.
You can take that song. All right, are you guys ready for some fan Q&As?
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
Alrighty,
Yes.
we're gonna have someone walking around. If anybody has a question for Nick and Leo, please let us know. Oh,
Take it easy.
I know this guy. He might not.
I definitely will not. My question for you guys is, because, for reality television, there's a lot of editing and a lot of stuff that is cut out. Were you shocked by how much you guys were shown, especially during the pod part? Like, in terms of your story arcs?
Yeah, so one thing that put it into perspective for me is, someone from the show told me, we film every single day, every hour of every day. We only use 4 or 5% of the film. So it wasn't scripted. It was natural, but they really kind of get to put their spin on things. And so I wasn't surprised he was shown as much as he was, because he's a great dude, right? And he had a great connection with Brittany. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. And for me, I guess they, liked laughing at me, which is okay.
I mean, I was shocked at how much I was shown, because, I didn't go to Mexico, so I thought that I was going to be sort of a very secondary or tertiary character. So when I was featured as much as I was in the first, 4 or 5 episodes, I was like, wanted to bury my head in the sand. I was hoping I would be shown a little bit less, but that's not how it shook out.
All right, well, we are glad that they showed you as much ado because we fell in love with you guys.
Yes, absolutely. Do y'all have like a cringiest moment that was like the toughest to look back on?
Jeez, where do I begin?
Begin somewhere.
For me, it was the whole Hannah night and morning conversation for sure.
That was a little rough.
That's pretty easy one for me.
And we got a question over here.
So, Leo, I would love to hear you do a freestyle.
Where's this coming from?
Back here. I would love to hear you freestyle.
Oh, jeez.
We would love to hear that.
I
too.
would love to hear
Yeah,
that.
do you have some bars to share this evening?
All right, how about this?
Okay.
At the end of our segment, I'll do a toast, and I'll think of like something. I can't do it off the top.
Baby,
but
I hate to break. This is the end of the segment,
Is
so
this
I
the
think
end
it's
of the
time for
segment?
you to. Yeah.
All right. Like literally right now?
Yes, you got
Right
this.
now, actually 5 seconds ago when she asked.
All right. Well, could someone bring me a drink? Let me buy some time. Someone bring Nick and I our margaritas from the table?
Yeah.
That's good. All right.
Can we get a margarita?
You grab their margaritas from up there
I
to
don't
get
have
the
time.
inspiration.
Another question while we wait.
Oh, while we wait. Okay.
Also for Leo, can you expand on what you mean by like they told you weren't going to Mexico? Like what's that conversation like? Like they sit you down and you're like, sorry, you're not going? Like what happens there?
Is it like Tyra Banks? Yeah.
Honestly, it's pretty straightforward. They pulled me aside and they mentioned it was just like they say in the reunion that thank you very much, appreciate it. That this got more full. They felt that other couples had sort of more of a connection and chance of getting married, and then that was that. It was pretty uneventful. There was no fanfare or confetti coming from the ceiling. It was sort of good letting to know you, and then a nice little handshake.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well.
Do you have bars about that?
Can I take over from
Yeah,
because he's a little
please.
bit.
No, I'll get
Oh.
Because he's a
You
little
could be
bit
his
nervous.
opener.
All right, sure.
I mean, hey, you know,
Okay.
we're sitting up here with Evan and Danny. It's page 6. They want to with Leo and Nick. I
Oh.
don't have to say what the duck. You know, me and Leo came here to show up.
Oh, that was. Yes,
it's
give it up.
Leo and Nyx. We are here with page 6. Woo! And you know it's the dudes. They're the chicks.
Kendrick Lamar, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining. Give it up for Nick and Leo. Y'all are the best.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
One more.
I was waiting for that.
Come on, I think that's my sign off now.
Yes. Oh my God, it's so good. Thank you guys so much.
Guys.
Of course. Thanks. Here you go. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all.
We'll come around. Here we go.
Great. Thanks a lot.
You guys are so much fun. Going for them.
Yes. Wait, I
There's
love it.
who knew you were getting a concert?
No, I know. I love the simplicity of those are the dudes and these are the chicks. Like
Yeah.
that really.
It's very
hit.
much Hillary Duff if the light is off, then it isn't on.
Yes,
You know what I mean? It's very,
yeah.
very plateau.
Very
yeah,
profound.
Yeah. Very Socrates. I'm trying to think of philosophers.
Yes. Well, speaking of philosophers, I mean.
Because Tri-State Cadillac is iconic, and Housewives is so iconic. Jersey Housewives is so iconic. Do you have a favorite moment from our next guest?
Oh my God, that's really hard to choose actually, because our next guest has she is TV gold. Like honestly, she's created so many iconic moments on New Jersey.
So many iconic moments. She's also wearing such an iconic outfit. She's going to see Taylor Swift this week. I mean, she's living her best life. Can we clap for Jennifer Aydin? Yes! I mean, this outfit.
Look at this.
Hello.
Wow, Jennifer Sladen.
Hello.
Our resident Swiftie.
Virtual reality, people.
Yes. That's
Reality.
right. You got it.
TT.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you
Yes,
for
I'm a Swiftie. Hello, Chris.
and a Mariah Carey, because you're seeing Mariah and
Yes,
Taylor this week. So thank you for fitting us in.
I'm seeing Mariah Carey tomorrow night in Philly. And then I'm leaving for Vancouver on Friday to go see Taylor Swift. I'm going to be at her last show. I'm taking my 2 daughters and my goddaughter.
Wait, Jennifer Aydin, what is your Taylor Swift era? Like, which one do you align with the most?
I'm an all too red. The red era.
All
Too Well is my
All Too
favorite.
Well.
The 10-minute version. Yes.
Okay.
It's a good song.
Yes, it's very serious.
Yeah. When did
I
you listen to
recommend
that?
anybody listening, everybody to listen to the 10-minute version. It is the fastest 10 minutes that'll ever go by. Pull on your heartstrings, and you'll be like, "That's it." I want more, but I feel like only Taylor Swift can make a song last 10 minutes and still be entertaining.
Well,
Yes.
Taylor Swift then has a lot in common with the ladies of New Jersey because after the season's end, I'm like, I want more. And I am curious.
I don't know if she got a lot of common with the girls in New Jersey. But she's actually from Reading, Pennsylvania.
Okay,
She's
yes.
close to Jersey.
And she hung out with Teresa a little bit at Coachella. So
That was iconic. In
There are
fact,
moments
fun
they had a
story.
link up. Okay.
Fun story. So the night before Teresa left for Coachella, I had my Taylor Swift birthday party, which was the Me for Me era at a nightclub. It was the Me for Me era, Jennifer's version, yes. And Teresa was leaving for Coachella the next day. And obviously, the photo of her went viral. She sent it to me. I texted her back, did you tell her about me? She did not respond. I heard there was bad service out in Palm Springs, so I did not hold it against her. And then when she came back, I was on the phone with her, and I'm like, okay, did you tell her I had a Taylor Swift-themed birthday party? And she goes, you had a Taylor Swift-themed birthday party? And I was like, Teresa, it was the Me for Me era. I had red heart-shaped sunglasses and there was Taylor Swift playing all night. And she was like, I thought you liked her for your daughters, not for you. I'm like, I like her for my daughters, but now I'm a Swiftie. I'm like, so you didn't tell her about me at all? And she's like, well, I told her about Wes, and then she looked at me funny, and I go, who the is Wes? And she goes, Wes, the guy I did House of Villains with. I'm like, okay, and she's like, Wes is her boyfriend's neighbor. And when I said that to her, she looked at me funny. And I was like, who the knows their neighbors, let alone their boyfriend's neighbors?
Oh my God.
Teresa, pay attention to me, please. I love you so much. She's like, okay. When I go on Andy and he asks me about it, I'm going to tell him that I took the picture for you. She's like, I only took the picture for you. I'm like, and that's what you should have told her.
That is, yes, not a neighbor. Yeah, because who wants to talk to a neighbor?
Wes. Well, now I know who Wes is. I didn't know. I didn't know who Wes
He's
is.
fun. He's a
and
good
now I
time.
know he's Travis Kelce's neighbor. So wonderful.
Well, look at
If
that.
Wes invites you
Wonderful.
over, take the invite.
Well, I'm taking that invite. I am. And now he's my new friend. He's my newfound friend. Yes.
Wait, at what
So-
point in your Housewives journey did you become such a Swiftie, or were you always a Swiftie?
So I'll tell you a story about how I became a Swiftie. I was going to gift my 2 daughters tickets. And when you buy them on StubHub, you can only buy an even number. So I bought 4 tickets, spent a fortune, and I didn't even care to go. And I knew my sister wanted to go. My sister is a single mom. She's widowed. She's been single for like 12 years, and her daughter is my goddaughter. So I always include Anna in everything that we do. So I knew that Tina wanted to go to the concert, so I gave the 4 tickets to them for Christmas. And then my 2 girls pulled me to the corner and they were like, Mommy, we love that our Anna's gonna come, but we really want you to come. So I went on StubHub, bought a single in their area. I told my sister, I'm like, let's be festive and make like a Swiftie sign. She spelt it Swifty. I did not know that was incorrect.
Okay.
She brought it to me and I was like, I don't know, this like looks wrong. But it was last minute. And you know, when you go to a concert, for me, sometimes I only know just a few songs from the concert. But every time I thought I was gonna sit down, there was another song that I knew. And what Taylor Swift does in her Eras tour, I'm sure you guys know, is she sings the most popular songs and then the songs that only her fans know from each era. And when I thought I was gonna be sitting down the whole time, I was standing up the whole time, crying to all her music. And I was like, that is it. This is the best money I ever spent. And then I went to London to go see her, and now I'm going to Vancouver, so it's going to be my 3rd Eras tour, and I wanted to be at her final one. Because I'm a wordie, obviously. And her music is very lyrical, very wordy, and to me, very poetic. And I just feel like it really resonates with me, hence the Tortured Poets Department. Yes, TTPD.
Well, also, it's a good thing that you're wordy because
I know, we've been here a while.
No,
Sorry,
a little
people.
bird told us that a podcast is coming in your way.
Yes, I'm
tell us
starting
about
my
that.
own podcast.
Can you tell us about that? What is the inspiration?
The inspiration, basically, I kind of want to be like a modern day Oprah. I want to talk about, I loved Oprah. When I was in the mommy mode, I was watching Housewives and Oprah. Like, that was it. And I feel like I want to be, trying to be unbiased. It's not going to be about Housewives. Of course, we're going to have to talk about some Housewives stuff every now and then, but that's not the focus. It's going to be current events, pop culture, things are relevant in society today, like maybe weight loss. Maybe we'll talk about Wicked. I'm a huge Paul Tazwell fan. I don't know if you know him. Paul Tazwell. Yes, give me the peeps. Okay, it's one.
All right,
it's one.
Paul.
I'll take it, honey. Yes, he is the costume designer for Wicked. I think he is fantastic. I think that's going to inspire a lot of fashion over the next year. Hence, I'm wearing a little skirt and little, very flirty look. I feel like, which is like, go Linda.
Speaking of Wicked and go Linda,
Go.
did you see what Kristen Chenoweth just said about your friend Teresa?
No, I did not, and I love Kristen Chenoweth because my brother is a Broadway star, and it's his dream to have her in a master class. Kristen, we need you for the Long Island Musical Theater Festival to be a host for the master class. Kristen, we love you.
You haven't heard what she said about Teresa, though.
Oh, no, what'd she say about I can compartmentalize, okay? No politics and no opinions about people I like.
She
put it in
called
the
her
lane.
scary and dangerous and took the opposite side in the New Jersey divisiveness.
Well, listen, sometimes when people don't know any better, they just don't know, and it's okay. Ignorance is bliss. It's okay. I'm sure if she ever met Teresa, she would see that she's really a doll in real life. And, listen, people don't like me. Fuck, people still don't like me. And then they meet me, and usually it changes.
Yeah.
Usually it changes.
So I feel you could be the catalyst to bring Kristen and Teresa together.
I could be the next Oprah that brings Kristen and Teresa together. Now that's a podcast.
You're a busy Oprah.
I am. I'm a busy Oprah. This is like the light bulb, the aha moments, which I learned from Oprah, by the way.
Well, and I love you saying that you want to talk about like Ozempic and everything on your podcast because it is a topic
I think it's a hot topic, people. Weight loss, people. Okay, I'm not encouraging people to do it. I'm encouraging for people to do whatever they need to do to make them feel good about themselves, feel healthy. I know for me, losing the extra weight, and I wasn't heavy, but I haven't been this thin since I got married. And I am the happiest that I've ever been. I'm working out more. My cholesterol is down. I was borderline diabetic. That's all gone. All of my health issues have gone on. And now I'm actually loving working out.
That's amazing. And I love how vocal you always have been about things like
my plastic surgery.
Yeah, plastic surgery in Montero.
That my husband has done on me.
Yeah, no, because so many times people are like, I just put olive oil on me. And it's like, I don't think that's exactly it.
See, I don't think there's beauty in that. I think there's beauty in the truth. Like, I'm 47 years old. My mom keeps telling me, like, you're not really 47, you're 46. And I'm like, how's that? I'm born in 77. She's like, no, but you don't count the first year.
I like that.
Tell people you're 46. And I'm like, I feel like there's power in telling people the truth because the truth never changes.
Do you think there are housewives out there who aren't being truthful about some of their procedures and beauty hacks?
I would say to each their own.
Okay.
Yes, I don't judge what other people want to do, and I would appreciate that they don't judge what I want to do in being candid and forthright about what I've been through. There's power in my story, in all the stories. The weight loss, my children. I have 5 children, for those of you who don't know me. 5 children, all, and yes, we have TV. Yes.
You have TV.
We have about 16 TVs.
You also have
for every bathroom.
For every bathroom, yeah, but they're not in the bathroom, but there are like 16
You can watch
TVs.
Wicked everywhere. Yeah. You have TV and you have TikTok. And
I do. I'm new to TikTok, people. I've been blowing up your TikTok. Sorry, it's not for me.
Wait, yes, because a lot of people have now, and it's so funny, you say you have 16 TVs,
Yes.
and we know how many bathrooms you have, the basketball court you have.
I
a
have
lot of people,
16 bathrooms and then 2 in the pool house that I don't like to count because I don't want to brag.
But why do people think you're poor now on TikTok?
I went TikTok live. So, fun fact, I grew up in the jewelry business, Long Island, the Tri-County Flea Market. My dad had a jewelry store all my life. I went there and I helped my dad. And I think that's why I have this bubbly personality. He was like, go make sales. I was like, okay, I'm going to make sales. So my brother's store closed during COVID, and he had gotten married right before that. So he went to Turkey to live with his wife for 2 years until she got her visa to come. And then when he came back, it was like, okay, now I'm back, no store, no job, and the expense of living in New Jersey with a wife and new baby. Okay, so I was like, you know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna sell jewelry because that's what we do best. And I've been going on TikTok, and we have a Cyber Monday sale. So www.johnmichaelsjewelry.com. With code JENN30, you get 30% off, everybody.
oh my God.
Till midnight.
You're Oprah
till
and
midnight.
QVC.
Yes, till midnight, everybody. Gen30 off the entire site and free shipping.
Do you deliver it?
And he will ship the next day. You will get that so fast, Amazon won't even know what hit him. But in the lives, the comments, and I will say, like, Housewives hit me up over here. Nobody gets hate like Housewives. Like, really, it's on another level. And they were like, oh, like, what are you, broke? And, like, you hard up for money, and is this your new job? And I'm just like, bitch, I'm not even getting paid. Like I'm doing this for free to support my brother. Yeah. I would love to support him. I'm waiting for him to be a success. I'm going to be the reason he's going to be a success. And I don't care what people say. This is my family. He just had his second baby, a little girl, Sarah. She's 5 months. So it's Sean Bryan who's 4. And, you know, my brother, he got married. I don't know if you guys know me on the show. They called her a mail order bride. It's not a mail order bride. I'm Syrian Orthodox by culture. In my culture, they try to marry you to your own kind. It's like, you know, we go to church parties and it's literally like a meat market. Okay, like pick who you want. You look good, I look good, our parents like each other, let's set a wedding date. And it's really just like that. Which sometimes I think is easier because sometimes it's like, efficient. you know you're together for marriage. You're not dating to around. Like you're dating in marriage. So there's a respect factor for that. And I feel responsible. Like they got married. I had them get married and then they had 2 kids and now he's struggling, which a lot of people are. So I'm going to help. And people are like, why can't you give him money? I do sometimes. I help where I can, but my brother is a very proud guy. Yeah. He doesn't want handouts. He wants handouts. So I do what I can for him. Like I'll throw them a party or like I'll buy them furniture. Little things that I can do to help my brother along the way. Because, you know, I do have 5 kids. Like, that's very expensive.
I miss seeing your kids on TV.
Oh,
I love your
too.
children so much. Olivia is
kids.
my favorite person on the planet.
So 5 kids, guys, all 2 years apart, age 11, 13, 15, 17, and my son just turned 20.
Wow. So, has the family been enjoying time away from the cameras during this break?
My kids really don't like the cameras. They see a lot of the backlash and the hate that I get, and a lot of people comment about my kids and the way that they look, and it's really disappointing. So I've been trying to be conscious lately on not posting them, which is sad for me because, like, you know, I'm a mom first. So for me, when I have holidays, like, I'm looking forward to posting that family picture. But then I have to stop myself because I'm like, you know what, the hate's gonna come out. And this is like my journey, not my children's. So I have to be conscious of that and be respectful. But it's a shame because I wanna share like just because I'm on a TV show or I may have a little money, like doesn't mean that I don't get to enjoy the things that everybody else does. It's really not fair.
Yeah. So while your kids are enjoying the break, are you, because I feel like because you've been on the show for so long, I feel it's almost like second nature to want to get back to doing.
You know, I'm so busy. My father, who's 80 years old, he lives with me. I am his caretaker. That's kind of like another child. Yeah. You know, the house is really big, and it's what I call like rich people problems. It's like my elevator was broken for like 6 months, and I couldn't even complain about it because I'm like, they're gonna hate on me. But it's really like the struggle is real. To get a handyman over, it's like I'm a housewife at the end of the day, so being in charge of the house, and you know, Bill's job is really just, you know, he pays the bills, which is great, honey. You keep them coming. You keep it coming.
What are your hopes for the future of the show, though? Obviously, you'd want to return.
Yeah.
Who would you want to bring
I mean, I
you?
got a lot of backlash for saying I was coming back, okay? And I heard that Andy wishes me well, so that's wonderful. I wish you well too, Andy. Wonderful. I spoke to Andy about that, actually, because I texted him. I'm like, you know, I really never confirmed it. I was actually doing a live. I was getting my Botox at my husband's office. Yes, Aydin Plastic Surgery. I'll plug him, too. And I was live, and somebody was like, like, what are you gonna do once you get a job, don't have a job, or like, can't wait to not see you come back. And as a comeback, to be really quick, I was like, you know, and I stuck my finger. I was like, sorry to break it to you, but I am coming back. And then that spread like wildfire, clickbait everywhere. Jennifer Aydin confirmed she's coming back to the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Messy Margaret was commenting, it's so irresponsible. Shut up,
I mean,
dude.
I was honestly excited
and
because
then
I
someone
thought...
told Andy, and then Andy was like, she did? I mean, I don't know. I wish her well. And then I was like, Andy? What the did you just say? So I texted him. I'm like, I want you to know I did not confirm. It was in passing. Listen, until we hear that the show is dismantled and we are fired, we are housewives. All of us on the show are coming back. If we're all asked back, we're coming back. Do I believe some will not be asked back? Yes. Yes. Do I believe I will not be one of them? No, I do think they'll ask me back. You know, I feel like I check off all the boxes. But even if they don't, my life goes on. I'm going to start my podcast, and I don't know where I'll be at that point. So we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
What is if you were reading the coffee right now? What is it telling you?
The reading of the coffee? Well, the fortune teller already told me what was going to happen, so.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I've had a few psychics tell me who's not coming back. Yeah.
Wait, can you share with the class, with the psychics? Because we love psychics.
Well, I feel like if I say it, Bravo's going to get mad and try to prove me wrong. So I definitely feel like they're definitely asking Teresa back.
Okay.
And then whoever maybe she's friends with.
Well, a lot of people are speculating online that it would be Teresa, you, and Dolores.
This is the thing. People are invested in Teresa because she's there from the beginning, right? Even if people don't watch Housewives now, they still know who Teresa is. They've been through everything, the flipping the table, the jail, and, you know, Joe going away, and her daughters growing up. Like, people are invested in her life. You know, to get to know somebody new and start all that over, like, we all have very busy schedules. Like, we don't want to get invested in new shows.
Are there new people that you know from Jersey that you're like, oh, they would be so fun in the mix? You know what I mean?
I mean, there are people that I think were fun that had gotten interviewed that didn't get cast, and then like Danielle and Rachel got cast, and I was like, okay, who's working in casting? Because they should be fired. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud?
I mean, Jennifer Aydin is going to Jennifer Aydin, y'all. Like that.
I told you I was a wordy. I was a wordy.
But you think there were better potential hires that you knew
during
about?
that time period?
Oh, absolutely. I know somebody that they passed on that would have been great, and I was just like, I don't understand. You picked Miss Aggressive over there. Okay. You know, like you always meet those people, they're like, if I was on that show and somebody said something to me, I would whack them upside the head. I'm like, well, you wouldn't be good for our show. Because we like to make up and keep it moving. I think Danielle falls in that category. Like, I think that's Mob Wives. Like, I thought I was on Housewives.
Is there anything from the Danielle
And
situation?
like moving forward, if like Danielle was to be on it, then maybe that is the direction that Housewives is going, like Mob Wives, which that would not be the platform for me. I'm a housewife.
Is there anything from the Danielle situation that you would like to clarify? Do you think there are any lingering misconceptions?
You can't reason with unreasonable, honey. You know, I tried to reason with her, and she's just very aggressive. You know, so it's just like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave her in her lane, because you know what? You ain't all that.
I feel that just answered it, but do you feel there is ever a world where like the two of you could get back to a place of mingling? Because it's funny, because you and Marge always have ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs, but when you guys get together, it is really, like, I love when you guys hit it off.
That's because Marge knows how to play the game. And you know, Marge can also compartmentalize for the greater good and have a good time and know what to say to move forward. So even with Marge doing what she did to me, I was still in a place where I was able to move forward with her. So there's nothing that happened between me or anyone on this show that I can't move forward from. But again, it takes two. In any situation, it always takes two. And she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Do you think there's ever a world where Teresa and Melissa could be
No.
like...
No.
Not even...
No, not ever, not ever, no ever, not ever.
Not even for the sake of the show and for the fans?
Oh, Teresa don't care that much. First of all, it wouldn't even be for the sake of, you know, for the sake of the show, it would be, I would believe, in Melissa's best interest. But, you know, Teresa gains nothing by befriending her. And I've tried. I've said, it's your brother, it's this. She doesn't want to hear it. So you know what? The chapter is closed, and as my friend, I have to respect that.
That is very fair.
Yeah.
And we have time for one Q&A.
Oh my God.
If anybody has
I'm
a
so
question.
excited.
If anyone
Oh
has a
wait, I have to
question-
just tell you guys something really quick. Hold on, I have to tell Chris. Just like fun fact that's coming up, me, Teresa, and Dolores are going to do an appearance on a cruise. We're going to be on a cruise. It's called Wives on Waves. It's leaving from New York.
Obsessed.
From New York. So Wives on Waves, people.
Get your
We
tickets.
ride in that wave.
Yeah.
We ride in the wave.
When is
And
it?
It's September 1st till the 6th. It leaves from New York, so you don't have to fly. It's a 5-day cruise to Bermuda, and me, Dolores, and Teresa, and our men are going to be on it, hanging out with the fans, people. So anyone you want to get turned up? Hey.
Okay.
I'm obsessed.
Hey.
Turn up on the 7 Seas.
Yes.
Yes.
It's time.
That beautiful.
Oh my
was
God, I love
beautiful.
you. I'm taking you home, baby.
All right, one question over here.
If you were to be cast on Ultimate Girls Trip, who is coming on your trip with you?
Oh, okay.
From other
I
franchises.
love me. I like. For my favorite these days is Mary Cosby.
Yes.
Anybody?
Oh my God.
Anybody loving Mary Cosby? I mean, bitch, when she said smells like hospital, I was like, I know what that smells like. I know that, yes. So Mary, because like she tells it like it is. I love me some Candace Dillard. You know, I love a shady housewife. You know, I hate a housewife that says whatever. Like whatever. Don't whatever. Come back with me with something. So Candace, she's like a mic dropper.
She's so good.
I feel like I would do Chanel Ayan because she's just like so funny. She's so funny. I'm friends with her in real life. She's funny. She's authentic. She's real. I like Taline. From Housewives of Dubai. She's Armenian and I'm part Armenian, so we vibe like that. Who else? I think Lisa Rinna and Denise Richards would be really good. I really think they'd be good because they're both like messy. One in their like behavior and one in their wardrobe.
Wait, who was who?
Who was who? Tell us.
That's for me to know and you to find out. You guys know.
But I feel you're really.
I think they're great housewives, you know, and I think that they would be fun.
And I feel like you could help them make up.
Like Kristen Chenoweth and Teresa, Denise and Lisa, you're
I would
making
help
a lot
them
of
make
fences.
up. I really would. I mean, I bring on the cheer. I bring on the positivity. For me, the glass is half full.
And that is why we love you. Give it up for Jennifer Aydin, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you so much.
Keep clapping for Jennifer Aydin, everybody. All right. And now, guys, how are we all doing?
Good.
Are we having some fun? Oh my God, are those like truffle fries? What's happening right there? What is that?
Those look good.
Burrata?
Burrata.
Oh my God. I'm so hungry. That looks amazing. I mean, I kind of want to go on a cruise now.
I definitely want to go on that cruise. Well, it seems like she's starting her own Ultimate Girl Trip with Dolores and Teresa.
She kind of is.
Just invite Ayan and Candace and Rinna and Denise, who apparently has really. I think she was definitely talking about Denise.
We know who is who. Oh, and you see that we have now 3 chairs.
3 chairs. Yes, we began the show with some RHONY magic.
Yes, some RHONY magic. We're making sure they all look amazing. They all look great. It almost looks like a mini reunion.
It does.
It
the
looks
reunion before the reunion.
Yes,
guys.
it's fit for some pigeons.
Some pigeons, yes. And here they are, the most gorgeous, stylish, chicest pigeons in town.
Could we give it up for Rebecca, Raquel, and Jessel from RHONY? Woo! Oh my God, look at these ladies.
Girls. Oh my God.
Oh, so good to see you.
The one and only Rebecca Minkoff.
Gosh. Literally, it looks like you come from a motorcycle right now. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, and Jessel, how are you?
Hello.
Oh,
Ooh, I like the leather.
good. Give it up for the ladies.
Gorgeous.
I also love that the RHONY ladies saw the weather and still said legs. Like,
I know.
you're like,
I'm going to try and not give you Sharon Stone right now.
Wait, this is so funny. I just want to shout out Jessel right now because she is our first ever 2-time guest for our live show. So we feel so honored and lucky.
Can't get enough of me, can you?
But do you know what was so funny is at our first live show with Jessel, right here on this very stage, she said before any new girls were cast on the 2nd season of the reboot, she was like, I really want like a spoiled brat like Nikki Hilton to join the show. We didn't get Nikki Hilton, but we got Raquel and Rebecca Minkoff.
I don't think either of us
Not at all.
Were they what you wished for though in new castmates? Because I feel
are
like,
you kidding me? Rebecca Minkoff and Raquel. I mean, you know, to have women represent a city like New York, and then to have these like women be that, like it really fills a void. And I think everyone looks to New York as like the pinnacle. You know, it's like the city, fashion,
Yes.
entrepreneurs. Like it really is everything. So yeah, super fun.
And also, Rebecca and Raquel, now that you know Jessel pretty well, are you shocked that she is our second time guest? Or you're like, that makes sense?
No, that totally tracks. Who else would give it like Jessel?
I mean...
Look at her in her underwear.
I know.
It's the best underwear.
Actually, I'm not. It's so basic.
There we go.
There we go. We hear you. I know. You're giving us a little underwear. I'm guessing Jenna Lyon's going to pick it out because you're loving it.
Look, I guess I don't know. I don't know what I was doing today. I had to balance this out with something. It's kind of big. It's like a balloon. So I was like, less is more.
She's bringing holiday cheer.
Yeah.
I love it.
She absolutely. You do it kind of look like an ornament in the best way. It's like an elevated Christmas tree
Just take
lingerie
me home and
situation.
stick me on your tree, baby.
Yeah,
I'll stay
that's
there all
right.
night.
But Raquel and Rebecca, now that we are well into the season, we have the reunion coming up pretty soon. Are we glad we did it? Because we are in the throes of drama right now.
I'll let you answer that one first.
Am I glad I did it? I am. That's a tricky one. I as of right now, yes, but we have a few more episodes to go, so I could change my mind. But
I'm glad you did it, and I'm
Everyone
glad you
loves
did it too.
her.
I'm glad I did too. I have no regrets,
I like that. And I also love that you guys have been... It's fun watching this season because you guys are kind of getting the lay of the ladies in real time, and it's how I know y'all didn't watch the season before. Because
I did.
You did?
I watched the last 6 episodes right before I signed the contract.
Oh,
Maybe that would
okay.
make you not sign it.
Did that help?
No, it hurt. I was like, what am I doing?
Oh no.
yeah, I attempted to watch, and then Mel was like, "Shut that off," because I was like, "I can't do this. This is crazy. What am I thinking?"
And now you guys are in the throes of pigeon detective work.
Chief Pigeon Detective.
Chief
Yes.
Pigeon Detective. Rebecca, I'm gonna get into this because Erin, these past few episodes, is really much going like, it was Rebecca, not me, I didn't do anything. How, watching that back, that was an amazing Erin impression, right? No.
Can you do it again?
She's gonna love that.
But how is watching that, because I feel like you guys were kind of in it together.
I think maybe I must be delusional because apparently I thought of this all on my own and I'm the only one that executed it.
So now rewatching, are you kind of like, why is she, do you feel like she's hanging you out to dry?
Well, a little bit, but you know what? Everyone has their own version of reality and they just need to live in it themselves.
And now that the show is playing out and we're sort of in the aftermath of Prankgate, how are things with Erin in real time? Because we were just at Bravo Fan Fest and she was throwing some shade your way.
About what?
Okay, so about your
All
bag.
of you got hit with some shade on
Wait.
Bravo Fan Fest. We'll work down the line.
What did Raquel get hit with? Because I know Jessel got told she was basic.
And then,
Yes,
Yeah.
I know that. I
So
was
basic.
guys, this woman is not basic.
The farthest thing from
You're
basic.
not basic. If you are, I need to learn the new definition of basic.
Seriously.
If that is
It's like,
Seriously.
I think that should be my new tagline. Like, don't call me basic, like Pamela Anderson, like, don't call me babe. I guess that what my thing is
But
now.
I do want to start with the bag shade
Yes.
that Erin threw
Yeah.
your way
Yes.
at FanFest because they were asked about these gorgeous totes that Rebecca gifted all of her castmates, which she also gifted to Danny and I. They are
All
beautiful.
the time.
And she personalized them with their initials and their zodiac signs, and that's just a very nice gesture. And Erin was asked about it, and she was like, well, it's just like not really my style. So my question for you first is,
Yes.
what is Erin's style?
Ooh, well, you know what? She's not in fashion, so I have very low expectations. So it's,
Okay.
And not in fashion, but she was in fashion. She had a handbag line.
I'm waiting for the bag, but I guess, is her company still around? I don't know.
She's got mezz cologne.
Like this Rebecca Menka.
We need more of this.
Bring out the worst in
Where
everyone.
was she during filming?
Exactly.
Okay.
No, but honestly, Erin was the one who brought you into
Yeah,
the
she
group.
brought me in.
So how is it feeling to see her and feel her sort of like turn on you in a sense?
We're trying to work it out. We're trying to patch things up. And, I'm waiting to get called back. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, she's leaving you on red.
No.
Okay. No, but yes.
I like phone calls. Phone calls are great. Getting on the same page on the phone.
Also, phone calls are good.
Old school. Yeah.
Before you move on, though, because I know people in the audience would appreciate something given to them.
Oh.
One lucky winner is going to get a bag tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
A lucky winner's getting a bag.
Hopefully you appreciate it.
And
more than some other people.
It's going to be, the name has been texted to me. I'm not looking at my phone yet, but before we wrap up, Someone here is getting a bag, which I'm very excited
And I'm
for.
sure they'll be grateful for it.
And I'm sure they will.
I'm sure it will
You're
go with
not
their
giving back.
style.
Oh, but I was gonna say it's good not to text because whenever any of you text anybody, it ends up screenshotted on Bravo.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
This is what I call. I do not text anymore.
That's so
Yes.
smart. Was
Oh
that kind
my
of like your
God.
season 1 lesson? You were like, I'm not doing the text messages anymore.
Yeah, because I was talking so much smack, and then it's like all of a sudden this stuff comes up in reunion, like receipts, and I was like, wait, this is a text message, it's private. I guess not.
Jessica, because you and Bryn are pretty close. Like you guys have a good friendship going. How is your reaction to the? Well, everyone is laughing at that, but I think you guys I think get along on occasion more than some other people.
Yeah.
How was your reaction to her? Like, do you think she is carbon monoxide? And like, what do you think about being defined as carbon monoxide?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a sentence in an essay that she wrote us via text.
Okay.
I honestly don't remember reading it, but
Too long,
just
didn't
like,
read.
I have the chat on mute because, quite honestly, it's like
A lot to
drones
keep
of
up with,
emotion that I cannot sift through.
That was last season.
Yeah.
though, because we didn't have that this season.
Well, it's
and if
kind-
we did, I wasn't on it.
You were on it, but it's been on mute for a while now.
Raquel's is on mute too.
No, we're all like, listen, Bryn likes to do this thing where she's like, I'm a tough cookie, and then she'll like get into it, and she's good with her words, and so I personally don't think she's carbon monoxide, but I do think that she has, gotten a little interesting, like she's emerged as, bigger than maybe what she is. So.
But wait a minute, didn't she call herself carbon
She did,
monoxide?
yeah, she did.
Okay.
She said, I can be carbon monoxide, meaning she herself can be poison. It was a threat.
Yeah, well, you are probably the closest with Bryn at the moment, so I'm just curious to know.
Why do you assume that?
That's just how I.
We're guessing and checking.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, right.
Well, because
we
our press day.
Yeah, you guys had a cute press day together, and we had a lot of fun with you guys.
We
So
did.
I was shocked to see that later on in the season, she kind of got a little bit messy when delivering the message about Jenna calling you a basic bitch when she actually very much didn't. So now this has created this Jessel basic bitch narrative that found its way to Miami at Bravo Fan Fest, and then Erin's now saying that she agrees that you're a basic bitch with Uba, who thinks you're a basic bitch because she drinks water out of a cup.
That was the confusing part.
It made no sense.
No, because she drinks water out of a
Out of
cup.
a cup.
Clearly, I haven't
carafe,
been reading the outtakes
When we
from
were at
Miami.
Erin's party and Uba was drinking water out of a bottle.
Right,
Jessel
okay,
said,
okay.
"Why don't you drink it out of a
I was
cup?"
like,
And she
here's
said,
a
"Because I'm not
glass.
a
I thought
basic
there was no
bitch."
glasses available to her, so I was like, here's a glass.
But let's start with your reaction to Bryn sort of botching the story with Jenna. How did you feel watching that back?
Expected. Let's put
Okay.
it that way. I mean, the whole pigeon thing, it makes sense now, right? But I think with Bryn, she loves to get a rise out of me for some reason, and I am very innocent. So if you tell me something, I'll be like, oh, what? Like that's what happened? Like, I'll never question it, because especially if it's coming from someone I know and like trust. Clearly, that wasn't the case. Yeah.
Oh, and I was gonna say, Raquel, you're kind of working through some emotions with the ladies these past few episodes where you were kind of like, oh, I do not trust Bryn. Like, you're like, I got her number. And you're like, oh, wait, it's Erin's number. Like, how? And also after you had, like, the fun double date, which we loved with Erin and Gabe and Mel.
That was disappointing.
Yeah, so can you walk us through that, like, how kind of processing that felt? Because, like, you were building a pretty solid friendship with Erin, and then it kind of was like, oh, I have to recalibrate it.
I was, and I, after listening to Bryn, and she was pretty convincing that she was a part of it, right? And I thought, oh, okay, this kind of sucks, because I like Erin. I mean, Erin and I are both like New Yorkers. I don't even know. I think we're probably the only real New Yorkers, true original New Yorkers on the show. So we have a lot of similar sensibilities. So it was crappy. And Mel loves Abe, and I was like, oh, then this is it. Our little romance is over. Yeah.
Abe and his lesbian sensibilities. Lesbian sensibilities, and apparently a very long schlong. That comes up later in the season. Erin's like, did she really show you all the picture?
Oh, I chose not to see it.
We were not.
We were not there. We were
in a
separated.
separate. You were with
We
me.
were, but when we had lunch,
yes,
remember?
that's right.
Yeah.
I could never look at that man in the face again if I knew what his strong looked like.
So I think we all were like, absolutely
Yeah.
not. I don't need to.
I don't want to see it.
Wait, but you didn't see the shade that was kind of thrown their way at FanFest by Upa, I'm guessing.
The shade that was thrown whose way?
Raquel and Jessel's.
Oh,
Oh, a neighborhood.
A neighborhood.
Oh,
Which
yes,
also,
I can see that. I
the
mean,
up and coming
that
queen.
you live in terrible neighborhoods and she doesn't want your apartments.
Uba said this.
Yeah,
What?
Has she been over to either of your apartments?
Uba,
and this was on Watch What Happens Live.
No,
So
they were
call
playing.
it.
They were playing a game where it was like, would you rather live in this apartment or that apartment? They did Jessel and Raquel's, and she was like, neither. They
They
both
both live in bad neighborhoods. Well,
Yeah.
Uba has always
I think I need to
said-
start watching this shit. I'm like, totally like, what? I'm
You
in
better
a bubble.
start watching it before
I'm
the
literally in a
reunion.
bubble.
Yeah, you gotta give her some
I know.
Spark Notes.
So if you remember season 1, I invited everyone to my home and I had like the fashion crowd.
You have a beautiful
come.
apartment.
Thank
and
you.
by the way, we're in Jessel's neighborhood
I
right
do.
now. It's a nice
but
neighborhood.
Uba did complain at that time. She was like, you live on 6th Avenue. And I was like, yeah. I live like a block away from Madison Square Park and a block away from Eathley. Like, I love my neighborhood.
Yeah.
But listen, this is the thing. Yeah, Flatiron. But this is the thing about New York and people that live in different neighborhoods. It really is an emotional attachment. Like, so you don't go north of like 42. You don't go south of like 15. You know, it's like it's a weird thing.
And I don't know, if you're not from New York, can you really comment on people's neighborhoods? Really?
Yeah.
Touche.
That's true.
She didn't say anything about your neighborhood, but she's in Connecticut now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part-time. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
she's
She
there.
moved Philly, but she's
Yeah.
keeping her apartment.
She's coming back in January.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, that's good to know.
But she's keeping her place, I think, right?
No, she gave it up.
She gave it up.
Oh.
What?
Oh, so now she can't come after anyone's neighborhood.
No,
Okay, yeah.
the leaks,
Not in New
the
York.
leaks were so bad. She was like, "I'm out, and I'll come back in January."
Ah, right. Okay.
And I mean, we
The
do.
leaks in that upscale neighborhood, though.
Oh, very much, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Central Park West. Can you imagine?
Wait, but of course, there is so much left to come this season. And the mid-season trailer seemed really intense. It seemed like I was
PTSD.
like... That, well, also because,
Yeah.
Jessel, I know at the Hey You Fest, you were like, oh, filming ended early because of how hectic it got. Raquel and Rebecca, that being one of your guys' first trips outside of the Hamptons, like, Rebecca, how was kind of watching everything that we're going to see go down?
There was a moment while we were filming where I exited and I said I did not sign up for this and I walked away because it was intense. That's, I mean, without giving anything away, it was a lot.
What pulled you back?
Well,
She was under contract.
And also, you were on vacation. You're like, I can't go.
Right after her. Like, bitch, come back.
I needed my plane flight home from Puerto Rico.
Was that kind of the shared sentiment of everyone kind of being like, oh, I want to leave. I want to like
Get
click my
me the
heel.
out of here.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my
And this is my second cause trip, so like, you know, we're 2 for 2 here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I need to find someone with a private jet.
Is this where Uba, Uba and Bryn, is this where they kind of like hit the peak of their feud is on the cast trip?
Yeah, I mean, it comes to a head, and it's not a prank, just FYI.
Not a prank,
I keep
okay.
saying that. It's not a prank. I know
Yeah.
everyone's
There are
like,
no
oh
more
my God,
pranks.
we're going to be pranked again.
No.
No more pranks.
Absolutely not. I wish it were.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Did y'all ever expect them to get to a point where they can't even really be in the same room together?
Because like seeing from the reunion trailer,
Yeah,
or like
well,
at the beginning how the season
the footage
started, yeah.
For the credits, I was so shocked and taken aback by the fact that they couldn't even like look at it. Like they were like literally like beta fish, like they like would kill each other upon sight.
Yeah.
It was dark. It was dark.
Yeah. I know. I think we fully expected them not to want to be in the same room together.
Yeah.
Do you think they can repair it?
I have hope.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're all hopeful.
I do.
Yeah. I think so.
And going into the reunion, it seems like most heat would be on one of the two of them. Between it, can you all go down and be like, who do you think is going to be in the hottest seat at the reunion?
Not me. Don't look at me. I'm not looking at you. I want to be at the end of the couch.
I'm going to be in the hot seat because Andy said himself he does not like a prank.
Okay.
And I just, yes.
Any thoughts on Andy's thoughts about your prank?
You know what? In hindsight, terrible subject matter. I own it. Big mistake on my part. I had no idea Jessel was going through what she was going through, nor Uba, nor Bryn, but any woman who's going through infertility, like, bad idea. I struggled with it myself. So the goal was, let's find the liar, let's find the rumor starter, let's find the stirrer, and that was the goal, and it got, you know.
Is that what everyone was upset about? Was the actual subject matter, or just the fact that it was like a
Both.
produced prank?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Raquel's like, I was more mad it was Bruce.
I mean,
But there was no part of me like, I'm self-producing. It was really like, let's find within the group who's lying, who's twisting things.
And I feel it almost, a lot of people got mad because it worked so well.
I mean, did you see the piranhas biting onto that rumor in just in like 5 minutes? It was
And
like
in everyone's
everyone
defense,
was so
dodgeball's
excited.
boring to me too. I would have rather been gossiping too. I would have been like, I don't want
Hot tea. It was
Yeah, it was hot
like
tea.
a dodgeball, you know.
Oh, your mom's reaction was.
Oh my God!
She
wait,
was living for it.
Also, Chrissy Teigen watching you tell your mom today, like she was.
I was like, I love her.
Yeah.
I love her. I told Andy, I was like, please, please, please make her my Watch What Happens live guest.
Oh, that would be so. She would love that.
Yeah, you think?
I think she would.
Put
love
it out there in the world.
Yeah, but Jessel, obviously because like you told your mom, you were. I mean, everyone was kind of foaming at the mouth with this hot tea. What was going through your mind? You're like, oh my God, this is going to like really change the game for this show, right? Like, because you thought it was real. Like,
you're like, what did Rebecca sign up for now?
Oh no, Rebecca's not boring now.
Yeah.
Look, honestly, I did not think she was pregnant with another man's baby. I did think she was pregnant because why the heck would you make up a lie about being pregnant? So I thought that was like definitely off, like the sleeping around. I mean, I know Rebecca, she's like, you're not the type of girl to be like frivolous, you know? So that was something where I was like, but the pregnancy thing, I genuinely believed it. And I was quite upset that it was being spread as a rumor or as like, you know, gossip, because it's not something you play with, so.
Brynn was really selling it for me when she was like, I used to work with her husband, I know all their people. I was like, oh my God.
She was so good.
Yeah.
Good at that, yeah.
She did work with him on a shoot once. He does not remember her at all. But
Not Mariah Carey, J-Lo. Yeah, you don't know. And also because, of course, you're having some issues with Erin now. It started out, Brynn really likes to give you little jabs here and there. Some are bigger than others. How are you feeling with Brynn now?
I respect her.
What define the respect?
You know what? She showed me who she was right away, and I like that in person.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
good or bad. You show me who you are, then I know what to expect.
Raquel, how are you feeling about Brynn? Because when she was explaining that she felt she was set up in the whole prank situation, it felt like you definitely bought it.
No, I did buy it.
Do you still buy it?
Well, I bought it also
it?
because Uba and everyone was kind of inside was
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is what happens. This is what Erin does, and and I thought I was like, oh, I can spot a gaslighter, and then I was like, oh shit, she got me, but.
You got Erin.
Yeah, I got Erin.
Isn't it Karen? Isn't it Karen?
Oh, but then I didn't.
Rebecca Minkoff, that hot water lemon is getting to your head, honey.
She didn't have any. It was a martini. That's
Okay,
what's
that's
happening.
There you go.
Okay. So, and then Erin kind of said, "Oh, this wasn't her. This wasn't her." And Brynn, she elaborated. So I was like, "Well, maybe Erin's right. Maybe she didn't bring her in." But then I saw that Brynn actually told Uba and so at that point I was like, "Oh." Wait a minute. Yeah, I guess Brynn did know it was a prank.
I do believe that Brynn knew because I was there at that lunch. And I left because I had work stuff going on and those two sat back. So, and I'm certain that's where everything was discussed. Like I had to.
Right, but Erin is saying that there was not, they didn't discuss that it was a prank. She just told her, I guess, maybe that you weren't pregnant? No, that you were pregnant, I guess, but it wasn't by some other man, is what I think. And she didn't say anything. She just kind of, I guess, shook her head, is what she's saying.
Well, we're going to roll
but
back
we won't,
the tape,
No, we
right?
won't roll back tape because that was off camera. There was no film.
Damn it.
But so Jessley, you're leaning more towards Brynn was in on the prank. It kind of almost like everyone was in on the prank. Besides you two.
Yeah, I do
and me.
think
Well, you were in on the prank.
No, I didn't know that the whole thing was a waste of time when she told
Oh,
Brynn.
yeah, she told Brynn.
How did that make you feel? Because we really didn't get your perspective on the show about Brynn sort of knowing. Were you like, what the hell? Why did we do this?
I was confused at the picnic. I was like, whoa, she knew? Like, this is not, like, what's the whole point of doing this if it's to catch her? Right?
Yeah.
Pointless, completely pointless. But then at the same time, why would she leave Dodgeball and let everyone think she knew? Why would she let everyone come away with that judgment and let it fester for a week? And that really confused me. And I was like, this is like some triple agent stuff that I'm not built for.
But if you know Brynn like I do, like she came into Dodgeball, she was like overacting, being, her little winky, like, thing. And I know that she does that when she's she was playing a bit. You know what I mean? She was playing a bit.
And also that lovely picnic, really, I feel like when everyone was getting cornered, she kind of just started shouting at you. Which I was like, wait, why are we yelling at Raquel now?
Raquel never deserves to be yelled at.
Yeah, she was really upset, and I couldn't figure it out either. I was like, well, but Rebecca also kind of feels the same way, and so does Jenna. But I guess I was the most vocal about it, I suppose. And Erin, I think, was very hurt by it because she also felt like I did that we were developing a friendship, and so yeah.
I think it's hard to get ganged up on, and Erin did get ganged up on. Like I think no
She
one
also
wants
did
to feel that way.
her first season
Yeah.
too.
Hot
Yeah.
Tub from Hell, Picnic from Hell. There's
So
a trend
maybe
here.
it's a trigger.
Yeah.
Wait, switching gears a little bit, Jessel, we have to talk about Pavitt and this baby that's apparently still on ice in LA or New York. Okay,
Rodeo Drive.
We haven't transported the babies quite yet.
I'm scared to.
Why?
Because there's a risk of them not making it.
So go to Beverly Hills and get knocked up.
Yeah, that sounds like a lovely trip.
Yes, just take a little vacation.
Pretty woman it.
Well, because the whole thing is quite laborious. Like it takes months, right? So I would have to literally move my entire
The
operation.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you can make a cameo.
Are you trying to get me off RHONY right now?
I feel like you'd be great on Beverly Hills, though.
I
honestly.
would.
Do you know any of those
I love
girls?
Bose. Bose and I are friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's so amazing.
And I was in London with Sutton, where we're like close, we're homies. Yeah, Kathy, we hung out. You know.
Okay, love.
It's watching you guys do the couples therapy, and even the therapist being like, Pavitt, that's a fair face to make. Then like them being like, Pavitt deflects a lot with humor. Is him watching this back? Is he kind of like, oh no, like how is he responding to watching
Is he
himself? Because I know
reflecting?
there are some people being like, why is he being so like closed off to Jessel?
I think he thinks he's funny, and his thing that he keeps saying is like, you know, if you get it, you get it. Like it's like, you know, this like sort of club that if you have a sense of humor, you're going to appreciate his like, you know, approach to life, which is true in some ways. I mean, he is funny. He's funny. He was eating chips and salsa in honor of Mexico City.
What is it like for you rewatching those scenes and hearing the fan response?
Yeah, I knew the fans were going to be pissed, and I told him, I was like, dude, you got to switch gears now. Like this bet is like not working anymore. But he still stands by it. You know, he's the food guy that wants to eat, and it's just that's his thing.
And we don't have too much time with you ladies left. But I'm kind of wondering, is there anything either of you, I would love if all of you answer, a question you have going into the reunion that you hope you can answer, or something that you've watched on the show so far that you're like, that's not me. Whichever one would get you, whatever one feels like better to get off your chest.
I mean, maybe you disagree. I was painted into this boring corner, and I just think it's weird.
Wait, I think it's weird too. I think it's weird that anyone would ever consider you boring.
I didn't fight, so that's boring.
But you always surprise us because one minute you're talking about your diva cup popping out, the next minute you're talking about breastfeeding your husband at a club in
Paris nightclub.
Like, boring she is not.
Okay, so something tells me she's not going to be showing up boring to the reunion.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Raquel, how are you feeling for the first reunion for you?
You know, I don't know. I'm like, who's going to come after me at this point? No one, people were actually, most of the women were really good with me. No one really came after me for the most part, I don't think.
I guess you haven't talked too much to your friend Jenna, because Jenna and Uba were good last year, and at the reunion I was like, oh, they are fighting so much, and I missed 5 episodes, I think. So tread lightly.
There's literally nothing you can come for with this woman. Like, she didn't do anything. She was nice. She was...
You're just gorgeous on a motorcycle.
Yeah. I know. Like, she's so badass. What do we have with her other than she's perfect?
No. Far from it. But I haven't seen all the episodes yet. I have a feeling there are a couple of coming up where, one person might come for me. But I don't, we'll see.
Who is it?
Okay, what about you, Jessel? How are you feeling before the reunion?
You know, since I have a basic personality,
You can go be boring.
I
and
want to be
basic together.
anti-basic. I'm just, you know what? Like, I have this habit of being a people pleaser, like trying to, like, you know, kind of being this person that like says what people want to hear. I'm not going into the reunion like that. Like, I'm truly, I have opinions. Yeah.
Okay, y'all just got me very excited to watch this reunion. And before we let you guys go, we have to pick our winner.
Yes.
All right,
Who won the Rebecca Minkoff bag? And you
Erin Leachy. No, but it does start with an E. It does start with an E. Emily Oliveira. Oh, okay. So they're very excited.
Yes,
we
Emily.
don't have the back here. We're gonna give it to you after.
We have it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
After. Oh
Wow.
my God. So
She is freaking out.
She is freaking out. So excited.
That's how you receive a gift, baby.
That's right.
Yes, that is how it's done. And this is how it's all done. Thank you
Yes,
guys so
thank
much.
you guys
Thank
so
you.
much.
Give it up for
Thank
the
y'all.
RHONY ladies. Thank you guys for
Yes.
coming. Oh.